Hi everyone, welcome to a reading for Sagittarius. How are you all going? Sagittarius, you've got great hope. Great hope at the moment. You've got hope that you will be a lot more powerful, confident and enthusiastic than you have been for quite some time. You want to have authority in your world. It goes without saying. You could have a lot to do with fighting an illness, or someone in your life might be fighting an illness, yes. But you just want things to change. You want to learn more about this situation, but you could be having a lot of trouble trying to figure out how to unlock the things that you don't know right now. Maybe doors might be closing in front of you and you don't seem to have the right key to go in those doors, or you're waiting for a key to show up before you can enter into a new situation. You're driven. If anything, you might be getting a little bit agitated by the lack of movement forward. You thought luck would be on your side here. I'm just going to sit back in my own power and confidence here, and luck will come. I'm lucky. But I think the hope might be dwindling a little bit about how lucky you are. I tried really hard, I hear you saying, and it didn't work out. This is affecting your physical energy, your drive, your strength. You could be quite easy, as I said, to anger, maybe lashing out, wanting people to understand where you've come from. Why can't they hear the guidance that I have to give them? I know what's right, I hear you saying. Let's get into it. The Sagittarius, please. Could be dealing with a Virgo and or Capricorn. There may not be harmony in those relationships if you are. You want things to change. To change for the better. You're waiting for the intuition to come. And when you do get that intuition, you want other people to hear it. But as I said, you could be getting into your I know what's right, I know the way forward type of energy. And you've been asked at the moment to step back into a more receptive than outward striving to get what you need out of this situation. You could be dealing with authority, someone that thinks they know more than you, and this is what's getting you in your feels. If only I could find the key, I hear you say. The key to my destiny, the way forward. Why weren't doors open for me? Because I just want to step into this wonderful life that I've been waiting so long for. The hope still resides in your heart, but it's certainly dwindling. You may be looking outside yourself for a relationship to make things better. When I find my other half, I hear you say. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep on working and working really hard at what I do best. Your emotions at times can get the better of you though, and or you're dealing with somebody here that's got their emotions literally on their sleeve. That is getting you a little annoyed. The game plan was going to work, I hear you say. I keep on going the way I'm supposed to go. My intuition's guiding me that way. But it's not leading me where I need to go. There's lots of closed doors, locked doors, no entrance, not allowed. Whenever I get close to it, everything falls apart, I hear you say. You could be dealing with others that bring everything down too around you. Be very careful of looking for the answers in others. They don't have it. They don't have the answers that you require at the moment. Your spirit team, your guides, God, the universe, is trying to call you to calm your nervous system, to sit and reflect. Less striving, less demanding, less drive. And that could seem completely opposite to what you're actually feeling like you need to do at the moment. The finding the other half is not what needs to be done right now, and that's the last thing you want to hear. I understand that. The other half needs to come from yourself. Once you're a whole individual, that other half will come. But the more you drive and strive and try and grasp in this 3D material world, the more it slips through your fingers. Let's have a look at any love blocks that might be happening here. Your finances will get in order. But the things of the past, the more you focus on it, the more you focused on love lost. If only, should-haves, could-haves, if only they'd come to the party the same way. I hear you saying everything would have been on track by now. Well, it doesn't matter what you say, do, or be in the world. You can't make somebody be, say, and do what you want. Everyone's doing them. Everyone is doing their own thing. It is really important to be grateful for any lessons that might be happening to you at the moment. All right, let's shift it up for you. I work so hard, I hear you say. I work so hard to have it all taken away right at the very end. Were you trying to put the key in the wrong lock? I don't know if you can see that. 21. We receive a key at 21. Something significant happened to you around that age. At that stage, you could decide what your potential was. You'd set it in stone. Something to do with where you grew up had a big influence on that. So you shot your arrow at that time. This is what I'm aiming for. And what I'm hearing is your spirit team is asking you to change the target. Lift the target up. Not put it closer to you or down on the ground. Aim higher. It's really important to aim higher. Aim higher for yourself. So if you're out there looking for your ultimate happiness and stability, it won't be found in somebody else at the moment. The harmony may not be there. The aiming higher needs to come from embodying true love for self, warts and all of it. This will shift up your energy. I accept all of myself. Yeah. The work I do on myself is not a goal. It is a process, a lifetime process. I choose to enjoy the process. That's right. Change the target. Change out the target. Your target you've been using could have too many holes in it. If you're into archery and Sagittarius, that would be a fabulous sport for you. But maybe the target you've been aiming for has had its day. That piece of cardboard at the end of the range there is getting a bit holy. So every time you shoot your shot, there's nothing to actually land on, I hear. So you need to change out the target. Aim to a different place. Because I think, having a look at this, when you shoot your shot, it could come in at a different angle and actually end up taking down what you've built so far. Instead of landing in, like I hear Cupid, shooting your shot and aiming for somebody's heart. Is it that shot aiming for somebody's heart? I also hear meant to kill, maim, or show somebody how much you love them. Your energy, once focused at the moment, very precise, but also very dangerous. If you keep on aiming towards the same old thing that you've built in the past, the likelihood that it will crumble down around you is very high. I just want to keep working at it, I hear you say. My intuition's told me that. I'm determined. I'm determined to keep on going for this. But there's something in this, whatever this is, that's not good, and you know it. I help create a world where it is safe for us to love each other. Love is the most powerful healing force there is. I give it and accept it without limitations. Are you putting on a set of rules onto your next lover, your next partner? Is there so many things coming at you, so many to-do lists and so many things that need to be sorted, paid, organised, that actually it's bringing you away from where you're actually wanting to aim for? I am totally in charge of my life now. At times I really do feel like that is not necessarily how you're feeling. The moment I say positive affirmations, I step out of the victim role. I am no longer helpless. I acknowledge my own power. Doesn't matter what you say, think and do, as I've just said. You're not going to get someone to be able to come to the party the way that you want them to. I also hear there will be no there'll be no remorse. No, there'll be no somebody's not going to apologize. And I actually got lost for words then. So whoever you're dealing with, or the situation of the past, it's not necessarily going to give you the answers that you need. I appreciate others for who they are. I accept that I cannot learn other people's lessons for them. They must do the work themselves. And they will do it when they are ready. Yes, doesn't matter how much you want to have this thing sorted out right now, yesterday. It's up to each individual to take their own paths in life. You could be seriously worried about their path they're taking. But it's up for this individual or individuals to take the path that they are taking, and you yours. I am surrounded and filled with infinite wisdom. Is that wisdom I hear coming from your head or your heart? I am one with the very power that created me. This power loves all its creations, including me. Come from a place of love, Sagittarius. Love of self first. Love for the lessons that you've learned. Less fighting. Less fighting for love. Thank you. Call on your spirit team. They're right here. They're around you. You'll be getting lots of animal spirits around you as well. Quite aggressive ones at times. Lots of cats, potentially. Cat energy. So more detachment from the scenario, knowing that it's all going to be okay. Cats don't care about anything except themselves, really. And food. Food, being looked after, that sort of thing. But they're not going to go out there and expect things outside of them to help them out so much. Cats look after themselves. But also be wary of trying to sort of say that I've got all my needs need to be cared and looked after by something or somebody else outside of yourself. It's time to pull the protection back and look after you. Let's have a look. Very important to be careful about where you're aiming your attention. Very powerful at the moment. Forgive yourself and others and leave it in the past. Leave it in the past. What's done is done. The past is history. The future's a mystery. The present is what matters. That's why it's a gift. I really hope that helped, beautiful Sagittarius. I love you all, and bye for now.